When's that?
Here we go. Test 1 2 1 2. I think we're on.
And we on. But siguro man ako baca sa mga dyan lungan ko lalo. AKA Umpa Nagashow Collect Kid in the building. I don't have sound effects. I'll say poo 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 poo.
We need our DJ up in here. Oh man.
What is our DJ? We're the DJs.
We are the DJs.
We are the DJs.
I need to learn how to use this massive machine right here.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure that we have audio at home. If you are watching at home right now, firstly, welcome to the Global Sunday Show. As you can see, as you know, if you are following me, you know already that today is the big day. We are celebrating our third annual. Oh my gosh!
Congratulations! That's why I'm here. And you got the live studio audience.
Absolutely. And right here next to me, he's going to introduce himself. He's wonderful. He's amazing. I'm so blessed to have him here in the studio at the Porch. Please talk to the people at home. Who are you and what do you do? Let's go.
Hello. My name is San Martin. I'm from Prescott, Arizona, born and raised. This place has been my breeding grounds of just excitement and meeting new people like you. And I have a podcast, a vlogcast, and I just go around just talking to people and everything about it. So, needless to say, this is beautiful. Thank you for the invite, and I'm happy to enjoy your anniversary. Like, this is amazing.
Absolutely.
This whole setup's amazing, man. I feel like a rock star right now.
If you are watching at home right now and the sound is clear, everything is clear, drop us a comment, let us know, and let us know where you're from, where you're watching from, and what are you doing today to celebrate.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing out there?
There's a rodeo happening today, right?
A rodeo? It is literally the rodeo. It actually is part of the world's, what do you call it that? No, the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's oldest rodeo. It's freaking amazing. So, 1888, 100 and counting. Yes.
So, briefly, for people who are watching from a different country, they don't know maybe what rodeo is. You want to explain what rodeo is for them. What is it? What is this?
I can sum it up.
Okay.
Okay, pretend that we didn't have no TV, no nothing. We just had a bunch of animals and steers and horses, and this was our livelihood. So needless to say, sometimes when the cowboys get bored, they got to find something to do. So they got to put up some stuff, and next thing you know, they made up these little things, games that they played, and all of a sudden now it's like a world circuit where people actually climb up the ladder of all these titles, and they travel all over the United States, and Prescott is the mecca of the whole rodeo scene in all of the nation of the USA. Pretty big. Prescott actually holds that title, man. It's pretty huge, man.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really huge. So we love to have times of it every 4th of July. 50,000 plus people, maybe 80. I think they say 80,000 plus people show up to Prescott, Arizona, to come in and enjoy this tradition holiday thing, and it brings a huge economic value to our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talking about our community, we're going to be talking to local people who are doing major great works here in the community. So
That's what I like.
we're just going to take a short break and make sure that everything is okay, the audio is okay, the video is okay for people who are watching at home.
Yes, let's do that.
When we come back, we got a lot of things going on today. We are going to celebrate.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? Here we are again. Oh my gosh, man, this is pretty awesome. I ain't gonna lie. This setup right here is top notch, and you put it together pretty quick. This is this.
I wish. I wish.
It happens, but at the same time, man, this is pretty cool. Cool. If you guys are out there checking this out, make sure you like, comment, follow, and support. Support what's going on here because this is a big deal.
So, son, I have this in.
Guess what? You guys have some benefits, so you have to stay till the end to actually, really, honestly know what's going on with those tickets that we're going to be giving away. So make sure you stay till the end because we have some things to give away.
To be inviting our first guest, and I don't know which one is gonna go first, but I know all of them, they're amazing. So
Yes.
you wanna stay tuned, and if you have questions, throw them on the comments below. Remember, we are live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, we are live on YouTube as well. Diverse TV, we are also live, and the Global Sunday Show, we are live. If you are following me on Facebook, I'm also live on my personal page.
Yes, yes. Hey, you guys are probably live. If you're watching from our personal pages, make sure you freaking follow us because this is going to be a pretty big deal. This is how we work. This is how I do it.
Absolutely. Let's take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about our sponsors a little bit, and then we're going to introduce you to our guest, our first guest for today. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
Cheers. But kuna van wat kama Lungani Guarelo, aka Umfana Gashokoleti. Welcome back to the Global Sunday Show. We are celebrating Hey Unyago is too. If you're from South Africa, you know what language I'm talking right now. But anyways, we have our first guest with us here, and she's definitely gonna introduce herself. She is amazing. I don't want to speak on her behalf. She's gonna introduce herself, and then she's gonna tell everybody who's watching what she does. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Lungani. What impresses me about Lungani is his name means be kind. It's unforgettable. And I like to say good tidings, celestial terrestrials. My name is Happy Heavenly Oasis, and I am from Heaven on Earth Retreat in the gorgeous Granite Dells, just 10 minutes from here, which isn't exactly here, in Prescott, Arizona. And Lungani and San Martin. I've been so honored because both of these brothers have been out to our place. It was a real honor and a pleasure. And what did you think about it?
It was an honor and a pleasure to be there. That thing is amazing. Like like you said, it's a place of heaven on earth.
I absolutely agree. One of the places that I fell in love with, was the yoga place.
Oh, the Clifftop Dome. We call that the spherical miracle.
Oh my God, that is so beautiful.
Thank you. That's up on the cliff top.
Yeah,
and it's all attached to the rocks and everything, right?
That's
yes.
right.
Is that the one that's attached to the rocks? Right. All of the buildings are attached.
They're
to
all
the rocks.
attached. We live in a private canyon. We actually live in a labyrinth of canyons. That's
Right.
what the gorgeous Granite Dells is. And so both sides of the canyon have homes built into the cliff, or the cliff is built into the home. It's hard to say. But the cliff is definitely there first. The cliffs are actually older than the Grand Canyon. They're very historic, prehistoric.
How did this entire thing begin? What inspired you to have that kind of property, and it's so beautiful. How did it begin? Can you take us through where it started? What inspired you? What happened?
Well, it depends on which year, certainly. It was about 1.6 billion years ago when the cliffs began this molten rock formation called the batholith, that is the Granite Dells. That's geographically and geologically speaking. However, for us, a big shift happened about 9 years ago. We were in our RV at the bottom of Baja California, and we got this weird email right before April Fool's Day saying, "I'm so sorry your home burned down." And I thought that's more mischievous and then of a practical joke than I would do, and I'm a joker. But I reread it and I realized, my goodness, our home did burn down. We have to hightail it back to the United States. We had like a week to drive all the way back from the southern tip of Baja California, and we got home to a standing pile of ruins from a fire.
Gosh.
Unfortunately, one of our renters burnt down our house with a cigarette. They weren't supposed to smoke. So I lost about a cup of tears, maybe a teaspoon actually, but I was pretty devastated, especially for someone named Happy Oasis. And then I prayed on it for a week and I heard spirit. I'm not kidding, it's kind of weird, but the native people of the land, the ancestors, someone said, this isn't about you. It's not about your house. This is about the land and about the wildlife. And we, as the ancestors, the Yavpe, the ancient Yavapai people, they said, you need to keep this place, and you need to make a wildlife sanctuary and open it up to the public, so as a refuge, as a sanctuary, as a retreat from the busy life, so that people from all walks and backgrounds can get back in touch with nature, and so that the wildlife can drink out of the pond.
So, that's beautiful.
That's how it started, and that's how it is today. We just keep it going because it's spirit guided.
Yeah, so do you have actual times and places that they can come and visit the spot, or are you hosting events? There's a whole deal out there.
Great question. It's a whole gamut. Basically, if people want to come on a tour, we are always available. We make ourselves available. It's no secret. 928-308-2146 is my cell phone. And people come out, all kinds of groups come out, nonprofits, concerts, even intimate weddings, but our specialty is romantic getaways, and also birthdays, anniversaries. But also we love kids, so kids come out not in big numbers because it's a quiet place. But if you have 1 or 2 kids,
we have a time limit on that.
Yeah, 1 or
Only
2
a couple
kids.
kids.
If you have kids and you like to get a getaway, this has become Prescott's #1 staycation. So people come in for the weekend, they come in for their day off. We're kind of booked on weekends a lot, but weekdays are much easier to get in on short notice. And people just come in and they just want to chill in the pool. Not chill, I should say. It's 88 degrees, our swimming pool, because it's in a solarium. So you get in the lounges and you feel like you're floating.
That's amazing. I'm actually looking. We're probably going to put this up later.
We're gonna post it,
But I just want to let you guys know. I'm just looking at the pictures right here, and I'm just like, oh, in awe. I mean, even in the top right there with the fireside, relaxation in the cave. Holy
and there's
moly!
cliffs in it. So it's unusual, and I feel really blessed. It's like every woman's dream who's creative, because I'm an artist, and I got to design all this because of one cigarette, which is really weird. I don't even smoke, right? It's the only cigarette I kind of like, because in the end, with a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat equity, we got to co-create something really beautiful. And my beloved, he's not here at the moment, but he's the one who built it. He's in the audience right now. Right. So
he said he probably like with me one time. They're like, "Oh, can you build this?" Showing him a picture, and
I didn't even know he could do carpentry. He kept it. We were together for 2 years, and he said, "I decided to keep it a secret because women." And I was always very independent. I'm a tomboy, so I like to fix things. But then he was like, "This is bigger than she can fix," because it was like a standing pile of 3,600 square feet of standing ashes. So it was a big project.
Wow.
And I was not seeing the light right away. I got to admit, I was a little sad. And we were going to hike the Colorado Trail that summer. We never did hike it because we went in the direction of building. But the hundreds of people who've been through and have the parties, the celebrations, the retreats, lots of women's retreats. We're just starting our first men's retreats. They're starting now too. Thank God for guys too, right? That you guys get to take a break.
Yeah,
you guys
most
work
definitely.
so hard. You need retreats. Right. So it's really exciting because all kinds of folks from all over are attracted. And our favorite though, we have one favorite kind of guest. The ones that keep coming back. Because there's a lot of guests. It might be 20 or 30%. They keep coming back every year.
That's a big deal.
It's their home away from home. That's what we call it.
Wow.
So do you have like one time when it's like the busiest and the most awesomest like time there? What is the best time to come?
Personally, well, I like April between April and October because I'm a summer girl. I was born in July, and I like warm weather, and I like spring and flowers and greenery. And even when it's drought, like right now, we're supposed to be, in June, it's really dry. It's so green there. So, but in the winter, people come down from Canada and spend the winter there. Some people long term, and we'll go to Mexico, and they love it in the winter because for them, that's pretty darn sunny and warm. So it depends on and some people come up from Phoenix. A lot of Phoenicians. We have mostly Phoenicians and Tucsonians, but in the winter, people who have never seen snow before, they come up and they sit around the fire, and they go out and make snowmen and snow women, and they just have a blast.
Snowman and snow women.
Yeah.
I remember
Equal
my
rights.
first time. I remember my first time trying to build a snowman, and it just collapsed.
I'll give free
What did
lessons.
I just couldn't. I gave up.
Did you try to build it with snow?
Snow.
But did you put a carrot in the nose? That's what holds it all together.
I didn't even get there.
I tried it one time. I've been around for 45 winters, and I swear that this was one of those moments where I was just like, I just don't want to build a snowman.
Right.
I don't want to build a snowman.
I gave up that day. I
But
didn't think
if
I'll
you
ever
guys
win.
book a place, I feel like you guys are going to book it. Then maybe not together, because I think you have other families. But I'll give you a free snowman making lesson, because I'm from snow country.
You gotta get me to buy the snow clothes. That's the problem. I'm a lizard. I love the heat.
Yeah.
I love the warmth, and it's a mild 72 degrees is what I want to be all.
Now, are you a troglodyte? I'm the same as you. I want that mild 70. A troglodyte, that's a cave dweller. That's fancy
Cave.
terminology, kind of Latin for cave dweller. We have, if you have your unga bunga that you want to release,
Right.
we got you covered. Because not only is there the cave castle, but there's the treehouse paradise
Right.
in the cliff with the decks. And there's that yoga with the trees and caves. There's caves in our neighborhood that we walk to on guided tour.
This
That
is
will
exciting.
blow your mind.
I know.
Here in
I
Prescott.
feel
And
like-
the creek 200 yards from our house and another creek right next to the home.
So if you guys want to go ahead and become a caveman here in Prescott, Arizona, Heaven on Earth Retreat and Wildlife Sanctuary is the spot to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we're gonna take a break, and then when we come back, you're gonna walk people through how they can book. If they want to get in contact with you, give your emails, your contact details, and whatever they need to be able to book or to have reservations.
Unga bunga.
Unga
We'll
bunga.
see you after the station break.
Absolutely.
She's on it. She's on it. Let's go. What's up, everybody? We are back, and we are making a huge impact in this community of Prescott, Arizona, and we brought in the man, the myth, the legend. And without further ado, tell everybody who you are, what makes you famous.
Well, I am part of the Happy and Free duo, who are also known as the Love Troubadours, who also happen to build Heaven on Earth Retreat, which is our #1 staycation for Prescott in the Granite Dells.
Wow, how did it become #1 destination Did somebody vote on that, or did you
No,
guys just
nobody
vote?
voted. There wasn't any democracy involved. We basically said because we're filled 95% of the time, we figured, well, I guess that's kind of a vote, right?
Yeah. Hey, that's all. You kept it a secret from her that you that you learned how to build, or you're a carpenter. How did that all come
Well,
about?
that's kind of miraculous to keep any secrets from your beloved for 2 years. I mean, it wasn't that kind of secret, guys. It was just the kind of secret where I had retired from doing building work way back in 1992. We met on 11/11/11,
Oh wow.
which was 11 and a half years ago. And so I wasn't really in the business of wanting to build. I wanted to take a break. I did 30 years of it. I figured, that's not wearing my tool belt. I'm going to keep my tool belt over there, kind of tuck it away, hide it in the shed somewhere, right?
Oh my gosh.
But, of course, life happens. We had this house fire, which he already mentioned.
Right.
And we looked at the options for other people to build it, and it just wasn't financially viable.
Yeah.
So I stepped up to the plate and I said, my darling, my love, if you want to stay and you want to keep the property, I will rebuild the house, and you design it and I'll build it, and I'll put my tool belt back on.
Yeah.
Hey, and now here we are today. How long did it take you to actually build the first structure?
Well, the first one that burned down was an older version of the house that's there now, which she had bought 34 years ago or so, and it had burned basically to the ground. So the first 4 months, I had to disassemble the building one stick at a time because it was half hanging in the air. And it took, you've seen those big dumpsters? I took 19 of those mega dumpsters of debris just to bring the house down back to the foundation.
Wow. That's
Wait,
a lot.
do you do this by yourself, or do you have like a
Pretty
team?
much, I had a little bit of help, but mostly I was doing it and spearheading it myself. And then after that, it was about another 8 to 10 months to get the permits and the plans and get it approved and do the building. So it was about 1 year and 2 months total for the main house to get reconstructed, which now has 4 suites in it.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And then maybe I know maybe there's someone who's watching from home and they're like, this is amazing, you know. One day my dream is to, have a similar place like this. Maybe they're watching from somewhere in Kenya or maybe somewhere around the world. What advice would you give to a person who's watching from home, especially, through tough times like, the past 2 years and, where things were falling apart, people were giving up and they're starting over again. Like, what advice would you give to a person who's watching from home right now?
Well, it's very important to have the skills and to develop the skills to build your own home, whether it's a humble, small little place or whether it's a bigger place. And to have the skills to build your own home, you can do and build anything if you can build a home, if you can build a structure, because there's a certain logic behind it. Just the way running a podcast, there's certain logic behind it. There's resources, there's tools, there's equipment. You'll learn how to use things, learn how to use the power tools, and have a good, solid legal design if you're in a country like the United States, so you don't fall astray from county officials and people like that who want to come in and just say, oh, you didn't do it right. So one of the things we did, which was got us through all the permitting processes here for not only the main house, but for a cave house that was built into solid rock, which isn't something people do every day. And so even the county and the county officials wouldn't know exactly how to go about it. So what you do in that case, if you have a wild imagination and you want to build something that's different and bizarre and unusual,
Like a caveman?
like a cave house for cave people, and troglodytes like these two guys will be one day when they come and stay with us,
Yeah, caveman.
is that you hire a structural engineer. They don't even have to be in the state as long as they're licensed. They review your plans, and then you hire a private inspector to work with you, the owner builder, and then you follow the little checklist, get everything done. If the inspector signs off on it, the engineer signs off it, then the county signs off on it. It's done, and it's legal.
So the first thing that you need to do is become a framer, a builder, and also a designer.
You have to have a plan.
That's
And
right.
even
That's
if
how
the
you work
plan
it.
is on a napkin to start with and you hand it over to a designer to draw it for you, but you come up with the idea. How do you want it to be?
Yeah.
And Happy, in this case, did the design, and I did all the building to her specifications.
Right.
There we go.
Were-
That's how you work it.
Were there any times where maybe both of you or you, where you felt like, you know what, I can't do this. This is too much. Maybe you want to give up. You want to just throw the towel. And if yes, how did you deal with that situation? Like during this process of coming up with this amazing project, um, I'm pretty much sure you came across some obstacles, right?
Yeah, there was a
And
lot
how
of
did
obstacles.
How did you deal with that? What the obstacles, if you want to share, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Well, in the case of the cave house, the main obstacle was the rock itself, because the rock was solid granite and it doesn't budge.
Yeah.
And it doesn't move, and you want to minimize the amount of trying to move that rock. So we designed the building around the rock that was on the cliff in the lot next door, which was an abandoned building, and we bought the lot with the abandoned building and then remodeled it with the abandoned building to build the cave castle as it was, and it cost us a lot less money.
Wow.
We didn't really come across obstacles whereby we said, I quit, I can't do this anymore. Yes, it's hard labor to build a house, especially in rock, because you got to anchor it in rock and drill long holes, some of them 2 stories deep, into the rock and anchor them into the rock through masonry, through other means to have a solid foundation and get my inspector to sign off on it.
Wow.
So they're, hard labor. Your hands, hurt sometimes, but if you have the will, you will find the way to build your dream house, and to creatively finance it if it's not an easy thing to go down to the bank and borrow money. We prefer not to borrow any money. We did end up getting a credit line for it, but it took a miracle to get a credit line to be able to build it. And it took a real magical little bank to do that. Not a standard bank, but a magical bank.
The ancestors of the
Family,
Yavapai Indian tribe
friends,
break.
somebody who put up what wasn't all that much money to build a big house, but nonetheless, it's presently debt-free. We don't owe to the banks. We don't have mortgages, and life is great without debt. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
Strive for it if you can achieve.
If you guys don't know exactly the location that he's talking about, it's called the Granite Dells in Prescott, Arizona. Go look at it. It's literally a landmark of Prescott, Arizona, and I swear to you, you guys will probably understand how and why we're talking about this in a way of engineering at its finest. For you to be able to drill that far, to be able to anchor these buildings, it's literally
65 anchors into solid granite to get engineering approval.
Yeah, you guys go check it out. Just do a little Google search on the Granite Dells in Prescott, Arizona. You guys will actually
And maybe
know.
you can share basic information with people who are
Sure.
watching at home. How can they book, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I can share that.
Yeah.
If you would like to book with us, you have a couple choices. One, you can go to heavenonearthretreat.com, and you can see all the facilities and the photos and all the places available. Then give us a call at 928-308-2146, and you can book directly with us. And also, we have 5, 6, sometimes 7 on Airbnb and VRBO, and so you can find our listings there as well.
Nice. Are they booked right now, especially during this 4th of July season?
We are solidly booked right now, and generally about 95% occupancy, but there's midweek, often a day here or there, a few days, or enough advance time, 3 months or so, to book in advance. So think about the fall if you would like to book now.
Wow, you guys are really doing it good out there. Obviously, if it's called Heaven on Earth Retreat and Wildlife Sanctuary, Sanctuary?
Sanctuary.
Thank you very much.
Where's that coming from?
I know, right? So, I mean, this is a beautiful location. Like I said, I've been there before.
Right.
It's amazing. If you guys want to see this poster, just ask for it. We'll go ahead and try to get it to you as soon as possible. But seriously, this is it's a really cool little place to go ahead and at least visit and go and check out.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining
Well,
us today.
it's been a pleasure,
Nice
gentlemen.
chatting to you.
That was
Absolutely. But we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back. Remember, we're giving away TVT, Billy to the rodeo, and if you're tuning in right now, we're going to ask a question. Maybe we're going to talk about this. Maybe me and you are going to talk about this. How are we going to give away these tickets, right? But we're going to talk about that when we come back from the break. Right?
Yeah, well, you got to stay till the end. You got to stay till the end.
Yeah.
Do not move. Do not move.
We'll be right back. Ay, 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 ay. But siguro na fan budget sa mga janlungan ko alam. So each and every time when I do this introduction, I see, you know, different facial expression. You know, like some they laugh, some they get confused, some they smile. You know, so it's really interesting. But anyways, welcome back to the Global Sunday Show. As you know, today we are celebrating our third annual, and right now we have Gary, and we're gonna have a chat with him and see what he has for us today. Welcome to the Global Sunday Show.
Absolutely a pleasure to be here.
Welcome, my friend.
Yes.
So tell everybody who you are.
So, yeah, I'm Gary. I'm with the Constellation Healing Institute, which I've been doing this work. It's expanding consciousness for 25 years now. And my teacher, who's deceased 3 years in September, got inspired by Zulu Africa. He was a Catholic priest who lived with the Zulu tribe for about 5 years and came up with this ancestral connection. You may know more about that than me, because it's from you, but it inspired him. He went back post-World War II to be a psychotherapist, wasn't getting results. He said, let me put the Zulu ancestral piece in to see what we inherit from our ancestors, and that inspired him to create. The word constellation has nothing to do with the stars. It's about kind of, if you look at your family, like a father, son, mother, moon, all that, how it looks. And it actually forms a pictograph. But there's a lot of cultural thing. Of course, we know we have apartheid in South Africa, and believe it or not, there's South African constellations in South Africa and Johannesburg. And also, if you also look at the Hispanic side, a lot of people don't realize that Arizona used to be part of Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Southern Oregon used to be part of Mexico. All of California. So when people say the illegals here, who are the illegals? The gringos.
The gringos.
So many people don't know about American history. That 1/3 of America was Mexico.
Yeah, it's
All the way
a
up
lost
to
it's a
Oregon.
lost conversation.
Yeah, and
sometimes.
I always include that because people demonize, like, wait a minute, we're the invaders, not the people who were here first.
Right.
The interesting thing about, like, let's say California history, and we deal with trauma about that, of displaced peoples, whether it's through slavery, cultural appropriation of native lands, which we're on Yavapai land here, so it's important to honor the ancestors of this land. Then Mexico came after, then the gringos came. So there's lots of ancestral trauma that we all inherited that have a lot to do with our state of being. And of course, we see with cultural appropriation, racism, and everything that's happening. And a lot of it's misplaced. So with constellations, we deal with the ancestral trauma that our ancestors had to live through. And we create a healthy boundary, let the past be the past, so we don't have to carry the burdens of the past and can create the dream future, whatever it is, whether it's this show, whatever we want to do. It's our present moment to shine in the sun.
Nice. I mean, as a person walking back into trauma, technically, you think it goes all the way back to the beginning of that time, or is it just between the life that you started?
Oh, it's both. So the interesting thing is about 99% of the problems we inherit from our ancestors who are no longer alive. So when we do this constellation process, we actually have almost a shamanic connection to the dead. So say somebody's land was stolen. Where's your family from originally?
Right here. Border Ranger Prescott.
Right here. So what if there was unfair tactics done to your family because white people's invaded? That can create trauma.
It's like when Prescott's like, oh my gosh, you're from California type of attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear that word.
Same dynamic. So it's fascinating how that can be repeated generation after generation.
Yep.
So we go back to the source to receive the gift that we did get and leave the negatives of the past in the past. In a way, we're completing the past so we have the best future possible.
So Gary, how did you get involved with all of this?
I went to a workshop in California and I was like, wow. I said, this has to be my career because I tuned into a Lithuanian grandfather. So use a representative. They said, we need someone to represent a grandfather. All of a sudden, I get this download that he was on a farm, all his kids left, he died poor and depressed, and no one cared about him, yet all his family migrated to America. So then that was his ancestral trauma, and the client working, her problem was, I don't know who I am and I don't know why I feel this way. Well, it turned out it still touches me that she was Lithuanian. We reconnected her to her European roots, which she was cut off. And people were thrown off the ship.
Just FYI, I still feel like we're slaves.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
FYI.
Well, but we won't go into the Federal Reserve.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I still feel like a
Economic
slave.
slavery, yeah,
I want to
yeah.
be. I want to feel free someday. One day, I think we all will feel
Exactly.
this vibe.
Well, it's also mental too. So if you
Sorry,
believe
I had to
you're
say
free,
it.
you will be free.
Well, I don't know if I should comment at this point.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Live
In-
discussion. Live
insert-
discussion.
Insert some
We
information.
need diversity here in white Prescott.
Yeah. No. This is actually a really great conversation. So obviously we want to go ahead and support your events that
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
coming up.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and talk
Yeah, I have
about
one
that?
July 16th happening
July
in
16th.
your CBD store, which is right at Glassford Hills and Prescott East Highway.
Yeah, right on the frontage road, right?
Yeah, the frontage road right next to Discount Tire. So we do an all-day workshop. I have people calling me from all over the world. I have a client from France who's calling, and I'm considered one of the best ones in the world to do
Run
it.
through what actual
So
classes.
yeah, at an event, somebody, whether they're there or not, and I have people all over the world on Zoom, so they will be there on the computer on Zoom. It is. We keep it confidential, and then we look for the energy that shows up. It could be systemic grief, it could be anger, it could be rage, it could be depression, and we go into the field to find the origin of it. Complete. The burden is lifted off them without telling them. And
Are you utilizing any kind of like hallucinogens in
no,
general?
not at all. I've
No?
done ayahuasca and shamanic journeys, but I find I get as much information from this experience as I would from any sacred substance.
Yeah, it seems
which
like
I'm not against. I'm not against
Yeah,
it at all.
a lot of people seem like they're doing microdosing
Right,
from
exactly.
here on out, and,
Yeah.
and it's kind of helping them, enlighten their brain in regards
this
to
this does it without any substance, and
I'll be like, no alcohol.
that's after if I don't do a good job.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I'd be interested in your African perspective because there's Constellation South Africa is a big organization in South Africa that does this work.
Right.
Same
Wow.
work. Yeah.
So have you been to South Africa before?
No, I haven't. I have friends who emanate from
is that
there.
in your bucket list?
Well, we'll see with travel and all these vaccine BS.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful though.
Yeah, we call it the 5-letter death word.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So you said something about Johannesburg, South Africa.
Yeah.
How? What connection do you
Well, a
have?
very good friend of mine in California is from South Africa, and I'm telling you, even though he's a great guy, he's white, and the racism is built into him. It's unbelievable being around him. It's hard to tolerate, but that's their mindset. They were white. I mean, he had a black nanny who he viewed as his mother. Just many things. But interesting enough, they felt that she betrayed the culture by working for a white family. So here you look at these sordid dynamics within the black community in South Africa. It's just quite an interesting problem, you could say.
This is very
Touchy.
touchy, and it's very.
Go for it.
I'm shaking if I want to talk.
Yeah.
If I want to start talking about
Yeah.
it right now, I feel like my hands are shaking
Yeah.
because one of the damages that that system did.
Apartheid.
In our country was that, including slavery actually,
Absolutely.
was that our parents were raising other people's children when they were supposed to be raising us.
Right.
So they were breastfeeding other people's children. So most of us, we didn't get it.
Yeah.
We didn't get breast milk because our parents were, raising other people's
But
children. So
were the other
we
people's
lost
children
that.
white? Or
Well, exactly.
exactly. So
that's
talk
the
about
point.
co-opting motherhood.
Right.
It's happening now in America. They're calling, you can't say mother, but you have to say birth person. So they're trying to eliminate the family system, which is
Right.
actually part of the Marxist agenda to destroy the family system.
Right.
And look at your country, how the kids can't get the nourishment from their own creators
Right.
because the system,
Right.
you have to serve the master, so to speak. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it seems like we're gonna have one of those little
Oh,
trauma
this
scenarios
we
right
go
now.
deep. We go deep. But the biggest thing about constellations is to find the way out, to find the solution, so you're not carrying it. So once we can accept that that's where we're born into this lifetime,
Right.
we can take that. You both have beautiful spirits, so nothing stopped that from happening.
Never.
That's a great thing.
Right.
But we don't have to carry the baggage. You have kids, right?
Nope.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Not yet? Well, okay, we got bachelor party here.
I'll what do you call it? I'll start adopting everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll adopt you too, Gary.
Oh, thanks.
All right, let's talk a little bit. Let's finish this up.
Yeah,
Tell everybody where it's going to be.
So I'll be at
Yeah.
the CBD store Sunday, July 16th, and then we do a Wednesday night kind of potluck intro that we're doing on July 26th, and then I do workshops in Sedona July 19th, Wednesday night, and maybe Saturday on the 29th.
And tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, you just can go to my website, constellationhealinginstitute.com. I have tons of information that describes the process, things you can use it for, and it's always life-changing. The interesting thing about it, we may have 2 or 3 working clients of consciousness.
Yeah.
So even though you're not
I feel
the
like there's
working
people out there
client,
right now that want to
it's
talk
like
to us.
if we're working on grief in some other's family, any grief we have in our own family, our own life, is healed just through osmosis. So it's the best one-stop shopping healing on planet Earth.
This is very unique.
And I have about
Yeah.
6 books on Amazon about it too, because the insights I get are quite profound.
Yeah.
Quite profound.
What are the books called?
Oh God, I have God Says Heal, Master Your Universe, Healing Human History, Raising a Harmonious Child, and one I did is Quantum Activation. Deepak Chopra did the cover quote for the book, and it's with a quantum physicist, Amika Swami. I don't know if you ever saw With the Bleep, but he had a 10-minute session with me. He says, I have to rethink quantum physics after meeting you. Because
What the bleep?
I tuned into his whole timeline without knowing anything about his history in India. In 10 minutes, I gave him his whole life story. He said, how did you tap into it? I said, I went into your conscious field and played back your history to you. He was like, what? So the universe is multidimensional, no big secret, and we access that in this work. And that's why we can heal the living in the present by going back to the realm of the dead, which makes it more shamanic in nature, but we don't have to carry what doesn't belong to us. So I pride myself in creating a healthy boundary with compassion. Coming from a place of non-duality is the highest form of healing on planet Earth.
Wow.
And that's my specialty.
So this is going down Sunday, July 16th,
Yes.
2023. You
Yes.
have to RSVP at Gary Sheffield. Gary at
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
It's been an
Absolutely.
honor and pleasure.
Any last words? You want to share
It's
with
all
the people
about
who are watching at
it's
home?
all
Look
about
at that camera and say
unconditional
last
love.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a gift. We have a short time in the sun, so enjoy the gift, because if your ancestors
Ooh, look at you go.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Gary, putting down that knowledge.
I'm a philosopher at heart. Thank you very
Absolutely,
much. It's an
absolutely.
honor and
Kung wala akong
pleasure.
budget sa kamadyanuhan ko, iking pa na- We will be right back. You are watching the Global Sunday Show.
3-year anniversary.
Excellent.
Ay, bathi khuluma na umfana bathi sigamba kanjani lungani kwalo aka umfana ka chocolate bathi pu 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 pu.
Hello, everybody. It's me, San Martin. I am back. We are here to go ahead and say, wow, this was an amazing show. You really do put on a really awesome vlogcast, man. So shout out to everybody who's out there that's watching. And thank you for having me be a part of this amazing anniversary. I really do appreciate it. I'm freaking hot up in this place.
I know,
Holy
right?
moly.
All these lights and cameras.
We are in Arizona, and it's going to be the hottest weekend in Prescott, and I'm dying already. But today is actually a very somber day, and it's something that we are really in tribute for the firefighters that lost their lives fighting a fire to keep us safe here locally in the community. And I tell you what, I love it. I appreciate it. I think that, if you guys have a chance to go ahead and check out what I'm talking about, go look at it. Check out the PrescottTimes.com, and also see what we're going to be pushing live here shortly. Without further ado, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Major shout out to the Women's Magazine, Prescott Women's Magazine.
Let's get that close.
Let's get that
there
close
you
up.
go. Boom.
There it is. So if you guys don't know, this is a magazine that's produced here locally in Prescott, Arizona, and she is actually the one that's going to be providing the tickets for tonight. So this is what I think we should do. Okay, so if there's a person that's out there watching right now that is with us, how about you do this? The first person to text your phone number. It might be a good thing. So the first person to text, you want to give me your number? Yes or no? Yes or no? I can go ahead and give a business line.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay. First person to text this number right now will win these tickets for tonight. It's literally for Friday night. These tickets are sold out. You will not be able to find them anywhere else but here on this amazing show. So,
So the number is
Don't be afraid.
928-713-5533.
Okay.
928-713-5533.
And the first person that texts that number right now is going to be the winner of these two amazing tickets, all because of Prescott Women's Magazine. So thank you. That's funny. You ready?
Oh my God. Okay. Let's see.
We already got a winner.
That was quick.
That was very quick. That was very quick. So the winner already is here. Make sure you leave your name and a response here shortly, and we'll get those tickets to you as soon as possible.
All right. So we got 3 texts, and we're just gonna take the first 2 because we have 2 tickets.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not gonna shout out the numbers. Okay.
2 pair.
Just one.
1-1. All right, you guys won the
Is that
tickets. Okay? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
I mean, if you guys want to go together, obviously that's how it's gonna work, right?
So we have only 2 tickets, right? And we got 3 texts. The first person
I
take
think
both tickets.
The first person take both tickets because then they can go ahead and take their better half.
I think that's fair.
Or they're gonna have to become friends. We don't know who you are, so.
Absolutely.
Okay, so maybe we should go ahead and get the last digits of the first person that text.
Absolutely.
You are the winner.
Okay.
Let's see the last 4 digits of the first person that text, and then you are the winner. We're gonna say that right now. Just the last 4 digits.
Okay. 89. We're gonna discuss that.
Discuss it, and he will go ahead and get hold of you really shortly.
Yeah.
But
Or
shout out
leave them
to
here at the porch. Yeah.
shout
But
out to
you
the
get your
sponsors.
ticket. You get your ticket. Okay.
And also the porch. This is where we're at.
So my name is Lungani, right?
Yes.
And it means be kind.
And you got your cup.
Yeah.
Doc.
Look at that.
You can't go wrong
Look
with
at that.
this.
Look at that. Let's see if I can show that.
Yeah.
Be kind.
It's too light. It's too bright.
It's too.
Tilt it forward a little
Come
bit.
to the porch. Come to the porch and see this cup. Look,
Yeah,
listen.
no, you can't see it. It
Anyways.
says be kind. I
Anyway, it
promise you.
says be kind.
And if
okay?
you guys
So be kind.
don't know where this place is, it's probably right here on Sheldon Street and Montezuma Street. It's literally at the T right there. It's
yeah.
called it used to be called the Warehouse. I think it still says the Warehouse on top of it. I don't know, but you'll see the signs outside. It would be the porch.
And if you search it on Google, the Porch Coffee Shop, you'll find it. Yeah,
it's an amazing spot. You can get some food. I got a breakfast sandwiches
yeah.
right before we started this, and it was amazing.
You didn't invite me.
I had to eat. If I didn't eat, I would not still be here. I would be like deteriorated on the ground, convulsing, and probably a fit of rage.
And also, shout out to Prescott Times.
That'd be me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you guys want to go ahead and check us out, go to theprescotttimes.com for all your free information. That's for Prescott, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley, and we'd like to cover everything that you see on there, and all the things that you want to read is for free. Bird watching.
Absolutely. Also, do you know any events, like upcoming events here in Prescott? I know there's a Nutcracker in December.
Yep.
And I know there's Dancing for the Stars.
Dancing for the Stars next month. We get into July.
Yeah.
It's going to be the end of August, right?
End of
and
August,
you were
yeah.
dancing?
25th and 26th of August.
And you're actually dancing with the owner of Prescott Woman Magazine. Oh my
Woo-hoo!
gosh. That's
Shout
a
out,
big
shout
deal.
out to Pianya.
That's going to be a big deal. So if you guys want to be a part of that, the tickets are going on sale already.
And also, if you want to vote for us, please do vote for us. Support us.
Yep.
Support us.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
And if you want to come watch, come watch.
Yep.
It's
You're
gonna
allowed
be at Yavapai College.
Yavapai College. It's actually called the Jim and Linda.
Linda, something like that.
Jim and Linda.
Yeah.
Gosh.
We'll
It
post
just
the
changed.
details.
It just
Yeah,
changed.
Just like recently.
I think
We're talking about
yesterday
that.
was
Yes.
the dedication to it.
Right?
Like literally yesterday. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, go out right now and see it. They have a lot of live shows there. But this is going to be the biggest one because it's for the Boys and Girls Club. This is how they raise money. And they raise a lot of money because of the way that you guys dance.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And one of the things that is happening this year, the Margaret Fontaine Academy of Ballet is opening up in August.
Yep.
So if you have a child who wants to learn ballet, wants to learn art, they can register, they can do auditions. And I think they're already doing auditions all around the world right now. They're on a tour for auditions. And they'll be back here in Prescott. If you're in Prescott and you'd like to do ballet and you want to be a professional dancer, professional international dancer, go for it.
All
Go for
right
it.
here
Absolutely.
in
And
Prescott, Arizona.
You
Wow.
can send an inbox here or you can search Margot Fontaine Academy of Ballet on Facebook. Then you can send them an inbox, tell them you want to do auditions. You can do auditions via video.
Yep.
I like the now world is good.
How do they do that? How do they submit that?
Well, there is information. If you go to mfab.org, you'll find all the information how you submit the video and the requirements for the auditions. So it's mfab.org. If you go there right now,
will you put that information in the comments?
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you guys are watching that and you guys want to know more about it, please follow it and check it out. This is pretty big, man. I'm so happy that this went down pretty well. We had some amazing guests. I mean, I felt somebody was looking into our souls. But I tell you what,
I want Gary.
Yeah.
I wanna see Gary. I wanna, but never mind. I'm not gonna talk about that right now.
But we can sit here forever and talk about it. But needless
It's
to
been
say,
amazing. It's been amazing.
I really love this. This is awesome. I love the porch. I love the audience. You guys are amazing people. Thank you so very much for showing up. Thank you for Happy in the Happy Oasis, Heaven on Earth Retreat and Wildlife Sanctuary.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You guys are amazing. And once again, this is a beautiful time. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks to the Porch and thanks to Diverse Global Studios. And I think that's it. I think we nailed it. We should do this more often, eh?
Let's do it. I'm out. I'm in.
Awesome.
Let's do it. Hey, we have a lot of good times.
AKA Umfana Chocolate Kid. This is the Global Sunday Show, and today we are celebrating our 3rd annual. Thank you so much for staying with us. The Global Sunday Show is coming back, and I'm looking forward to having you as a guest.
Let's go.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Check out my stay off. My sign off.
Okay.
It's peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war, and remember, love always wins. Peace
Whoa.
out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.